Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Sorry, I've been MIA for the last couple weeks here. I was kind of working on something for ball hardness testing and all that. Still kind of working on that video. Not sure if I'm gonna put it out, but I am back now, getting ready for my trip out to Las Vegas for the Open Championships. And I'm going to kind of run through you guys what is in my bag. Sorry that I didn't post a what's in the bag for April, but we're going to get into kind of what is in my bag for the Open Championships. I don't have any videos of me throwing the balls. A lot of these balls I did reviews on. There's only a couple in here that I didn't. So without further ado, let's get into my what's in the bag for the Open Championships. Obviously, shout out to Storm, on staff with them, coming up on a year here now, celebrating my first anniversary with them. It's been an amazing, unbelievable year. Absolutely had so much fun. Hopefully I can kind of put the cherry on top with a good performance out at the Open Championship. So, again, if you want to save 20% off your entire order at I Am Bowling, make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video. Okay. Like I said, this is going to be probably a little bit shorter of a video. This is kind of an impromptu sort of thing. I just decided to, hey, let's go do it here quick before I take off to Vegas. So I don't have any videos of me throwing the ball. I don't really know the layouts off the top of my head. I can kind of give you guys something close. But anyways, let's get into it. Probably the ball that I'm going to use the most out in Las Vegas is probably going to be this Idol Helios. I've thrown this ball a lot on, a lot of practice. I heard that kind of minors is a little bit higher volume, maybe a little shorter, higher volume, probably around 38, 39 feet. So I practiced a lot on that. I really like the shape of this Idol Helios. So I have, this one is pinned down. I believe it's something close to 40 by 5 by, or 40 by 4.5 by 70, puts the CG below, or I'm sorry, the pin below my ring finger here. CG is kicked out a fair amount. What I like about this ball is this one is fairly smooth, kind of like the Idol normally is. However, with the pin down layout, it gives me a little bit shape down lane, a little bit energy retention down lane, a little bit of pop down lane. So I anticipate on using this one quite a bit. I actually have I have 2 Idol Helioses and then 1 original Idol. Out of all of them that I used, I think this one was the most versatile. I can take hand out, kind of get it a little smoother, and I can keep putting hand in it, and I still get that pop down lane. So this Idol Helios, I think, is going to be probably one of the staples that I use out in Las Vegas. Alright, next up we got the Storm Nova. This one has been a staple in my tournament bag for a while now. I absolutely love the Nova. Don't necessarily like it on league shots, but whenever I go to a tournament, this Nova is always in my bag. It is pinned up. I believe the layout is something like 45 by 4.5 by 40. It's 40-something by 4.5 by 40-something. So it puts the pin above my bridge here, fairly close to the bridge. Mass bias is down here, kind of flared out from the thumb. Again, what I like about this ball is it's fairly smooth. It reads the mid lane incredibly well. Probably the strongest mid lane ball I've ever had. Kind of can be a little flatter down lane once you get down lane, kind of going through the pins. You could flat 10 quite a bit because of that early mid lane roll. But I do love this Nova. I think it's going to make an appearance in Vegas when I need to move left, kind of open up my angles. If this ball does flat 10, I'm going to switch this next ball here that I'm going to feature for you guys in a minute here. Alright, so like I said, the next ball I switch to, if the Nova is kind of flat 10ing on me, is the Zen. This ball was kind of a late addition to my bag. I wasn't quite sure if I was going to bring the Zen along. It's made the bag. I threw it yesterday on, kind of a practice pair that I had oiled up. I was using the Nova, moved fairly far left, started throwing it, was kind of flat 10ing, wasn't going through the pins quite right, so I switched to the Zen. The Zen is definitely smoother than what that Nova is, probably because of that pearl surface. We had some oil in the middle, so if I got it in, the ball kind of slid through that oil through that part of the lane. Still had enough pop down lane. It wasn't going to overreact. So in transition, when I need to move left, that Nova is burning up just a little bit too early. Switch to the Zen. The Zen's going to be perfect. I've seen some big score shot with the Zen out in Vegas thus far. That's why the Zen made my bag. Speaking of balls that have really scored well in Las Vegas, I'm bringing the Rubicon UC3 along with me. I've seen a lot of big score shot with the UC3. It's a very smooth ball. It's a urethane ball, obviously. So it's smooth enough to kind of float through the middle. It's not going to overreact off the dry, but it still has that asymmetrical core to kind of get you through all of that gunk that they have on the lanes. So not sure when I'm going to throw this one. We'll just kind of have to wait and see, but I do expect this UC3 to make an appearance out on the lanes. Like I said, I've seen a lot of big scores thrown with the UC3. I believe this ball is going to be pretty good. I think what I might do out there, because this one is actually the first one that I got, I did drill up another UC3. That one is pinned down. This one is pinned up. I believe it's like 70 by 4.5 or 4 by 40 or something like that. So the pin kind of out a little bit from my ring finger. CG is almost through the thumb. I did drill out a little bit of the CG. So, it's kind of, I kind of laid it out to kind of get down the lane a fair amount. So that's kind of what it does. However, I think I might hit it with some surface when I get out there, maybe a little bit of 2000 just to try and get it to read just a little bit earlier. So that is the UC3 that I'm bringing along. All right, next up, and the last of my reactive balls that I'm bringing is actually the Hustle Wine. I love this ball when I'm kind of playing on the track. I actually just drilled it up maybe a couple months ago. It really, really does look good. It looks really good in the track, so I feel like if everything's burnt up or everything's kind of snapping a little bit too hard, reacting a little bit too much off the friction, I know I can switch this Hustle Wine. I can either play on the track, or I know that it's going to be a little smoother kind of throughout the entire part of all the parts of the lane. Really, it might have a little bit more snap kind of down lane because of that high diff, low RG, but it's going to get through the lanes incredibly well if they're a little bit tougher. So I do expect this Hustle Wine to make an appearance as well. Might probably through team a little bit, I'm guessing, and maybe towards the latter part of minors, but this Hustle Wine I think is going to definitely make an appearance. This Hustle Wine I have drilled up, let's see here, 60, I think it's 60 by 5 by 35 or something like that. Drilled to kind of get down the lane a fair amount. It's kind of stacked a little bit. Pin is way up here above the ring finger. CG is down here. So pretty much stacked, maybe a little flared out, but pretty much stacked. So again, I expect this Hustle Wine to really make an appearance out there. All right, last but certainly not least is the fast pitch. I'm bringing along a fast pitch. Obviously, you want to throw straighter at your spares when you're out at the open. So I obviously want to bring along a urethane ball. Also bring along a urethane ball in case I fry and I'm very, very upset at myself and want to play right at the pocket or extreme outside parts of the lane. Don't exactly expect this one to make an appearance besides the spares, but you never know. Like I said, I mean, last year I was completely and utterly frustrated, so you never know. But this fast pitch is drilled up, pin up, so it's up here. I don't recall the layout of this one, but if you want to find out, you can go to my March What's in the Bag. This one was featured as well. CG is just below the ring finger here. Like I said, this probably won't make an appearance unless I fry or, mostly for spares. So that's the reason I brought along the fast pitch. Schedule, well, I'll talk about this a different time, but that is my What's in the Bag for the Open Championships. If you guys have any other suggestions, make sure you let me know down in the comments. Obviously, I'll be posting this video after I get out there or potentially when I'm back, so I won't necessarily see your suggestions, but what would you change about my What's in the Bag? What would you add? What would you subtract? Let me know down in the comments down below. If you want to figure out a way, or if you want to save yourself 20% off your entire I Am Bowling or Logo Infusion order, you can use my promo code down here. It's going to be Firehouse07. You can use that at checkout, save yourself 20% off. Again, big thank you to Storm Bowling and I Am Bowling. They're a big part of what I am able to do today. Yeah, I will hopefully talk to you guys when I get back from the Open Championships. Hopefully it goes better than last year. So thank you guys for watching, and until next time, good luck and good bowling.